I'm Ricky Fleming. I'm from Moshville Times. It's always good to catch up with a fellow Glaswegian band. This time it's Burning the Dream, and I'm delighted to be welcomed by Greg Sills, who's the guitarist for the band. So, good evening to you, Greg. How are you doing?
Not bad, Ricky. Yourself?
Oh, living the dream, mate. Living the dream. So obviously it's been a while since we've chatted, and pretty much the world has turned to shit since then. So, so what have you been doing with yourself?
Not much, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm still working, so it's not changed too much for me, bar not being able to do band stuff properly, like rehearsing and stuff like that. But bar that, like I'm still kind of out and about and just get on with it because I have to. So yeah. I'm one of the lucky ones, I suppose, like being still at work and still have my job. So a lot of people out there just don't anymore.
Yeah, so you're lucky enough to be regarded as a key worker.
I don't know if I'm lucky, but I am.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So, so with the lockdown, then, so have you been using this time constructively to write some new material?
I've been practicing a lot. I don't think I've written a huge amount because the way Burn the Dream kind of works is we kind of write together. We kind of get in the room, we just jam stuff out.
Yeah.
Richie brings a lot of the riffs to the end because it was kind of Richie's kind of started the whole band, and because the actual sound of the band is from what Richie's brought to it, and so I mean I'm better at writing riffs that go along with what Richie's already brought. But I've been writing riffs and just throwing them out to the guys and going, I've got 8 or 9 different ideas just kind of sitting about.
Yeah.
That I've done while we've been off. So I've just been using the time to really practice and try and get into just get my skills up and try and write stuff that's above like my ability.
Yeah.
I mean, just try and improve in everything I can. I've been trying to mix some stuff in that as well. So try to get in the producing side a wee bit of music as well, because I know how to record my own guitar stuff, but when it comes to mixing stuff, I have no idea. So we're kind of dabbling in that as well while we've got the time.
Yeah. So how are you guys communicating? Like, since you can't meet up at the studio, so how are you communicating ideas?
Well, we've got the band chat that we always have. We've got a wee band chat thing, and if anyone's got kind of ideas with riffs and stuff, we've also got a kind of private group page on Facebook, and we stick them in there, because if you try and put them in the chat, they'll get lost through the 10 ton of shite that we talk. That's just the way it is. Somebody will come up and that's pretty cool, and then somebody won't see it for 2 or 3 hours and it's gone because there's just 10 ton of crap after that. So we've got a private group that all the ideas kind of get put in that, so it doesn't get lost. You can find it, and then you go, if someone goes, where is it? Just comment on it, and it'll bump it back to the top of that page, and then we can find it again easily.
Yeah.
So so we've been doing that. So like I said, just throwing riffs backwards and forwards. I mean, I can't write drums. I can write drums on programs, but they're nowhere near what Richie plays. So I try not to do that. I'll just write riffs with a really easy beat, and Richie will just completely change it.
Yeah.
Because they're just crap. But so that's pretty much the way we've been doing it. And it's kind of not really changed from the way we do things anyway, because that's how we normally do things before the whole lockdown stuff, and then we'll go into the studio and just jam them out. We've just not been able to jam them out recently, so but we've got a good whack of stuff sitting there. We'll just be going in, we'll just be hammering it as soon as we get in. Obviously, I can't see us gigging for this year, so all the ideas we've probably been throwing to each other over the last few months, we'll just be going and hammering them out and trying to make full songs out of them.
So does that mean that the vocalist Paul then has been pretty much sitting on his arse because he's got no songs to write lyrics to?
He's had there was one full. We've got for the next bunch of songs that we're trying to do. We've got 2 fully completed songs, another one that's fully completed without lyrics. So Paul's been working on them. Apparently, we'll see. Paul's working on that, so that'll be 3 for our next EP, and we've probably got 4, maybe 5 other ideas, songs sitting there, along with all the stuff that we've written over the last couple of months. So we've got a good whack of material sitting, ready to go and ready to get written and put together and see what happens with that.
Yeah.
So Paul sat his arse to none, basically, to answer your question.
Good man. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the last thing you'd done, or the last thing that you released, was a video for Dark Waters. So how was that made, and how have the responses been so far?
we got some great responses for that. It was made with Tristan Dales, who did our first video as well, Who Are We to Judge, which was his very first music video ever.
Yeah.
And it came out brilliantly. So we're like, Mum, well, he's a friend as well, and he's trying to start out, so I'm more than willing to go, we'll give you the business. And what we came to him with, like, Paul kind of wrote out a second by second script just about of what we wanted. And it was quite, it was challenging. It was a challenge for Tristan, but he was well up for it. And it was just a bunch of different ideas that we'd all came together to put. So we went to Tristan this, it was a 3-day shoot. We ended up having to do it over 3 days because it was massive. It was really big. But it's come out brilliantly. I was so proud of the way it's come out. It's excellent.
Yeah. So I was wondering if you can go into, I mean, it's a dark subject, but I was wondering if you can go into a wee bit about what Dark Waters is about.
I'll hopefully try and not get this wrong. It's mainly about suicide. That's the kind of overall thing of it, because Richie and I think Ian as well knew a guy who was found dead in the canal just down from them. And I think it may have happened to a couple of people down that way. And I think Richie was just writing stuff about how the guy was thinking at the time, what was in his head and what was going through. Nobody knows if it was a suicide or whatever, but Richie's kind of took it the way of, if this was a suicide, what was going on in the guy's head? So when I first joined the band, they had that song already, but the vocals stopped halfway through it, and the rest was just instrumental.
Yeah.
And just from an outsider's perspective, it was such a good song, but when it hit the instrumental bit, it felt like everything kind of died its arse, because they're such a high energy band. That bit, Paul walked off stage and it was like, I don't know, just some lost. So I just kind of brought that to the table, and they were like, well, let's try writing lyrics to the end of it. So Paul kind of took it a bit further about, again, what this guy was thinking in his head. And if you see in the video, nobody's noticing this guy. The guy's a big guy, but everybody doesn't even glance at him and stuff. So it's this feeling of nobody cares and I'm invisible to the world. So Paul kind of took that whole mentality and played on that to the end bit. And the whole Dark Waters is, there's something, if I go into these waters, it's all over, the pain's gone and I'm in a better place.
Yeah.
So that's what the whole kind of thing, it's all kind of came about. It was this guy thinking, if I drown myself or whatever, it's a horrible way to say it, but am I going to be better off because of it? Because nobody cares anyway. Nobody cares who I am. I won't be missed. So it's kind of that whole thing. And there's so many people in the world who probably who do feel like that.
Yeah.
And it's trying to get a message across. In our style of music, it's not sometimes easy. People just think it's an aggressive thing, but it's more a message of hope. But look at these people. There's people out there who are struggling. These people need help. These people need to reach out, and you need to look for the signs for these people who need help, because a lot of them only ask.
That's it.
So that's why we put the suicide line up at the end of it as well. It's important. I mean, it's important to help these people, because it's not a physical illness. It's an inside illness that you can't see, and not a lot of people notice that. It goes by too many people killing themselves or being in really bad places because they're not willing to reach out, but they don't want to reach out because people aren't willing to help them.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known it from personal experience with people in my life, and it's not nice watching people go down that road. So it was again, it's a video from what Richie knew, but I think it was something that touched us all within the band, and it felt very important to get that one out.
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredibly sensitive subject, and especially with the virus going about in the world at the moment, I think mental health is going to be huge at the end of all this. So I thought it was a really nice touch, like putting the helplines on at the end of the video. So there is help out there. You just, like you say, you've got to look out for the signs, don't you?
That's it, and it's hard to see the signs because, like you saw with like Robin Williams and stuff, that you think they're the happiest person in the world, and then inside they're destroying the inside. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's hard, but it's just, I think it's something that I am very aware of it. I am, like I said, I've got people in my family and stuff like that who've been touched by it, and it's, I just think it's definitely a message that has to be out there all the time. It's not a kind of let's have a 1 day mental health awareness day, because it doesn't happen in 1 day. It's always there, you know. So that was the kind of whole thing for that Waters video.
Well said, mate. Well said. So for those new to the band then, how would you say it compares to your early material, or do you think that you found the sound that you've been looking for with Dark Waters?
With Dark Waters, I don't know, because I said that song was written, it's probably been written, might be wrong about this, but I think Richie probably wrote that a good 8 or 9 years ago, so it was written before Burn the Dream was even a thing. And everything on the Dark Waters EP, bar I think Wild Empire, was written before I came in. And a lot of the songs we play live are all written before I came in. So I think with the stuff I'm writing now, the sound's definitely starting to progress, it's starting to change. I'm a lot more thrashier in the way I play. So when I bring riffs in, they're a lot thrashier sounding. I think it's just... What was that?
Always a good thing.
It's a good thing, I think so. I think the sound's starting to change again slightly because the way I write, because Ian writes very, very close to the way Richie writes, so they work really well together, but I've come in and I'm kind of a bit different. And I think the sounds definitely start to progress and change and become, I don't want to say more mature, but because it's such a cliche thing to say, but I think definitely we're starting to use different elements from different things. It's not obviously just Richie anymore. I think you can tell that everybody's starting to stick stuff in, because John has ideas and he fires ideas in. Paul comes out with ideas as well, believe it or not. Do you know what I mean? He comes out with wee rhythm ideas and stuff that they work sometimes. They work, sometimes they don't. Paul's not theoretically the best guy when it comes to music, but he knows what he's doing. But I know it's so, like I said, I think the change sounding is definitely not going to be Dark Waters Part 2, the next stuff. Definitely not. There's going to be different elements from other stuff you'll hear coming in. I'm not going to say it's not going to sound like Burn the Dreams, 100% does, but there's definitely different elements now coming into it.
I'm looking forward to hearing that. So, having known you guys for like some time on social media, like things seems to be very settled on the band members front. So, how would you say you keep it all together? Like, for example, when negotiating what stays in and what goes out of a song?
Do you know, I think at the moment, I mean, we've still, as a band, we're still early years, but at the moment, we're pretty good at knowing when something works and something doesn't work. I mean, we can sit, I mean, if we're hashing out something for ages and ages, it's not working. Just there's no point in trying to get this. I really like this riff in this song, but it's not working. I really want to get it in. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I think we've all got that mentality. I think we all know when something doesn't work. And we'll just get rid of it. Let's move on. Maybe keep that riff, or maybe work with something else later on down the line. So we've been pretty good at managing what goes into a song and what doesn't, and what works together. I mean, don't get me wrong, like every band, we have our quarrels, should I say.
Is that Paul again?
Nah, it's not always Paul. It's not always Paul. It is always Paul. No, it's not. No, like I said, I mean, everyone's got their own ideas. Everyone wants to have their own thing put into a song every now and again. Yeah. Especially if you get an idea in your head that it really works in my head. It doesn't always work out live. Yeah. I mean, but so, I mean, I've done it before. Like I sit there and I go, I know this will work, and it just doesn't. 100% doesn't, because it's maybe in your head at a different tempo from what the actual song is, and trying to put them together just doesn't work. But we're pretty good. I mean, I think we're good at least trying everybody's idea. Yeah. Doesn't work, it doesn't work, and we're all good at putting our hands up and going, you're right, it doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? So that's pretty much how all the songs are written, I suppose. I mean, like I said, Richie will bring in a majority of stuff, and we'll just add to it. We'll build on it. But it's good. It's a completely different way of writing than the way I used to do it. Because my other band, we used to be in Over Blood, I just done 90% of the writing at home. But Born the Dream, I think I prefer it. I think I do prefer it because those guys think of stuff that I would never think of. Yeah, 100% would never think of, and it just makes for better songs.
Yeah. So you talked like you meet up and you rehearse. So where is it about that you rehearse, and where do you record your music?
We rehearse in a building in Dalmarnock, a big storage place in Dalmarnock. It's the same one that Mishima and Bleed From Within and God knows how many other bands probably rehearsing as well. I think the guys from Berium, they rehearse in there as well. So it's a big storage place out there we rehearsing. As far as recording goes, Richie records his own drums. He's got his own set of mics and stuff. We record his own drums. We will go over to, the last EP we went over to Richie's house and we sat down, we just recorded everything ourselves.
Yeah.
And we sent it away to Chris Clancy from, I don't know if you know Mutiny Within.
Yes.
And Wearing Scars, singer for them. He mixed and mastered it for us. So we just sent the songs away and he did a fantastic job of mixing and mastering it for us. So I think next time around it'll be pretty much the same thing. We'll record everything ourselves and we'll get someone else to mix and master it for us. Because it works. We can't mix and master. We're not good enough to do it. But we can record tight. And Richie's pretty dead on of this has to be bang on. If it's no bang on, he'll let you know. And I like that. I like someone who's there digging it because it makes you play better. Richie's really good at making sure everyone's get everything the way it should be. So when it does get sent to somebody else, I'm not getting sent absolute shite.
Yeah.
And I can think of nothing worse than being someone who mixes and gets a band and stuff's sloppy and all. Because can he polish a turd?
Very true.
Do you know what I mean? So, Richie's really good at making sure we're all tight, and I'm pretty disciplined with that as well. I've grown pretty disciplined with that over the years. It has to be spot on. Do you know what I mean? I record myself pretty much every day when I'm rehearsing anyway to make sure that I'm getting stuff tight. That's the way we'll probably do it again. It came out really well last time, so it's obviously a working formula. That's
it. So you touched on it a wee bit earlier, like there's not going to be any gigs lined up for this year. Did you have like things lined up for this year, and have you maybe got plans for next year?
We had a full tour lined up, a 9-day tour lined up for the end of July going into August. With
UK
one
wide?
of my friends. Sorry?
UK wide?
UK wide, 3 days in. It was over 9 days, but I think it was like 7 shows. It was 3 days in Scotland and then 4 in England. So it was us and my friend's band from Finland called Post Pulse were coming over, and we were doing a 9-day tour, and then this happened, and then it all went to shit.
Yeah.
So we gutted with that. We had another couple of shows, local shows and stuff, set up as well, and we'd applied for all the festivals, and we're hoping to get responses for them, but it's all gone. So it'll just be a case of let's get back to it. We'll just try and reschedule everything for next year.
Yeah.
The guys from Post Pulse are wanting to come over and try it again next year. Hopefully get on some more festivals. And hopefully, I'd love to try and get another EP and stuff done this year. I'm not gigging. That's all we need to concentrate on.
Yeah. So
I'd love to try and get another EP written and recorded, if not by the end of this year, by the beginning of next year.
Yeah. That was the point I was going to make, because so what's next for Burning the Dream? I mean, it took quite a number of years for your debut EP, and do you feel that things are going to be moving more quickly this time?
Oh God, I definitely. I think now, like you said earlier on, we've got a more settled lineup than I think we've had, or Burn the Dream have had for ages, because they had a good couple of member changes even before I started.
Yeah. And
then obviously the old bass player left, and we got John in as well, so that was another lineup change. And when you get a lineup change, you have to go back a couple of steps, because then they need to learn all the old material and you start getting out gigging again and stuff. So it took a long time for these guys to get Dark Waters out. And I think Richie and Ian especially, I'm really glad they've got that out the way. They've got another 6-7 songs sitting there that we could easily just pump out on another EP. But Richie wants to move forward, which I totally get. Like he's like, I've recorded these songs at home and all that over the last 7 years. Let's write new stuff and move forward. We can always do them live. We can always maybe do a wee kind of jam recording of them as B-sides or something. I don't know. But it's about moving forward. So I think we're writing more regularly now than we have in a while. We actually, before this all started, we're very, very picky with our gigs, because we wanted to concentrate on writing for a new EP.
Yeah.
So we were only doing one gig every couple of months. That's what we're planning on anyway, bar the tour. So we could really concentrate on writing. So this is just giving us a chance to just go, well, no gigs this year. So it's just going to be, let's just write. And like I said, I would love to try and get an EP out by the end of the year if possible. It might be pushing it a wee bit, but definitely when the first quarter of next year, we should have something out. I'd love to anyway.
Yeah. I'm just going to throw a wee question in there. I see the guitar in the back wall there. So So how many guitars do you have, and what guitars do you use for recording Burning the Dream stuff, and do you use the same guitar when you're playing live?
Well, that one up there I used to record the last Burning the Dream stuff, because I only bought it just when I just joined the band, and then I now use this my 7-string, which I got not long after I joined the band as well.
Lovely.
So that'll be the one. That'll be the one I'll be using to record the next one, and yeah, that's the one I use live. But as always, I'm saving up for a new guitar.
What's your dream
that I'm
guitar?
wanting to get. So is that?
What's your dream guitar?
I'm really wanting to get a solar guitar, a 7-string solar. So I've got a good bit put away. I'm not far off it. So maybe hopefully by the time we go to record, I might have it by then. You never know. But I've, like I said, I've only got that one 7-string, and because of all our stuff's in 7-string, I was like, I need another guitar for backup. Because the worst thing I can think of is breaking a string in the middle of a set and not having a backup. So I need another guitar so I can have a backup. But I love that one. The 7-string is great. But I've got 5 guitars or something like that now. Like 2 6-strings, or 3 6-strings, or 7-string, an acoustic. But they're all in different tunings and that, because we're sitting about the house and knocking about.
Would you sell all those guitars to get the one that you want?
No. I sold 3 guitars to get that one, that 7-string. I'm not selling anymore. The thing is, the reason I sold the other guitars is because I didn't use them. They're ones I sat in the house I didn't use. Everything I've got in the house I use regularly.
Yeah.
So no, I wouldn't sell them. I would rather sell a limb than sell my guitars to get it. But like I said, I've been saving up a good bit of money just before this happened. So hopefully there'll be a new guitar on the horizon.
Yeah.
By the end of the year, definitely.
No, that's great to hear.
Nice.
Listen, Greg, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I've met you guys personally, and I've seen you guys live on stage. You guys deserve all the luck that you can get.
Thanks.
So thank you very much for your time, Greg, okay?
Well, just want to say thanks very much, Ricky, and well done in taking a step forward and doing the live interviews. You're smashing it, mate.
Well, one step at a time, the only way's up, I'm telling you.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Cheers, Greg. Thank you.